Hello, everybody. Okay, so let me get on my stream. Don't worry, I'm turning this reverb off in a sec. And it's a spooky Halloween special with the sound test room. So hello, everybody. Welcome to the sound test room. And this evening, well, it's evening in the UK, but this evening we are going to compose a spooky soundscape soundtrack. Hi, Stephen. Now, let me turn that off a sec. Okay, so you can see that we have a completely blank canvas. Yes, that we're going to start. And we are going to use samples from memory collection by Les Productions Zvon. Now, I know that Daniel is going to be turning up this evening for the stream. And if anyone else... Hi, Hozza's here. Hello, Hozza. Excuse me. So what we're going to do is we've got this completely blank canvas, and we're gonna, well, for an hour or so, we're gonna see if we can construct a sort of spooky soundtrack. Okay, so I know you can slightly see me reflected, but never mind. Hey, Daniel, evening, afternoon. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's get going. Let's start. First of all, you'll see that this is a completely blank project, and we're going to add an audio track. And in my send effects here, I have already added a black hole because I'm going to use just the one reverb for different tracks in the project. So it keeps it kind of CPU controlled, but also the continuity of the reverb will be the same sort of thing. So there, okay, so that's the basic setup sort of thing. We'll just keep adding audio tracks. So we shall go to our media here, and our audio pool will be MIDI audio, and it'll be in like my audio files there. And we're going to these are a few I'm going to start with, and then we shall have a look for a few more as time progresses if we have time. But the first thing I'm going to put in here is this. It's called Squeaky Music Ambience. And I'm just going to double tap it to load it there, like this. And we can just fade that down a little bit because it looks quite a loud file. And let's have a quick listen to this. And then I'm going to add some black hole reverb to this to start with. So this is everything you're going to hear tonight, guys, is from Les Productions Zvon's memory collections packs, various ones, but me a few. Daniel will be able to tell you, he's here, which ones they are. And if you want to check his site out and things like that, if you open the description box below the video, you will see some stuff about like Patreon and PayPal and all the rest of it. And then if you scroll down to the bottom of that list, you will see a link to Daniel's site as well, so you can check out their sample packs there. But they are epic. So here we go. Let's open this now. Let's open our send effects. And let's switch black hole on, but take all the reverb off it. Super. So we're going to add another audio track now. And in this one, we are going to play some Thunder I Have. And just go to a media here, and you'll see it says Thunder, so we can double click on that back. And that'll add it there where my cursor is, but I probably want it to be a little bit further back than that. I want it to probably start there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fade this in a tiny bit like this, because we still have some thundery effects going on there like that. And also, I think at the moment I'll just hear how that sounds. I will set the reverb switch on there to about the same as it is for... Yeah, about the same as it is for track one. And then let's have a listen from about, maybe about there. Very nice. So now we need, I think we need to set the scene sort of thing. Now you can, with this kind of thing, you can build up huge, absolutely monstrously huge, epic soundscape sort of thing. But, you know, for the purposes of speed, we want to be doing it like this. So there are some places you could just add other different audio files to the same section sort of thing. But I'm going to keep the top track for kind of music clips, and then maybe it's track 2 for special effects. Otherwise, we're sort of building up tons and tons and tons of audio that's not really, maybe not that necessary kind of thing, to have that many tracks going. Remember to strike the like, people, if you haven't already struck it upon. Okay, so let's add another audio track here. And, well, actually, I just duplicated that, so that's okay. So we can erase that clip of thunder there. Go to our audio pool again, and this time I'm going to add this AB001 brain transplant sequence. Double click on that like that. Now, because I've already set my black hole to be the same, because it was just a duplicate of the tracks, let's just have a listen to how that sounds now. Okay, I'm just going to as well also start to change some of these colors around, because I like to keep the different colors. And let's have a listen.
Today, medical science patches up mutilated bodies, transplanting human skin, eyes, limbs, even vital organs. Is the next step the transplantation of the human brain? Many scientists answer yes, but they pause and add a grim warning. For in the ancient folk legends, tales are told of blood-sucking vampires, crawling out of graves to live on the bodies of helpless victims. Is man now doomed to produce a race of ever-living monstrosities, worse than the vampires of legend? Today, medical science patches up mutilated bodies, transplanting human skin, eyes, limbs, even vital organs. Is the next step the transplantation of the human brain? Many scientists answer yes, but they pause and add a grim warning. For in the ancient folk legends, tales are told of blood-sucking vampires, crawling out of graves to live on the bodies of helpless victims. Is man now doomed to produce a race of ever-living monstrosities, worse than the vampires of legend? Will ruthless men and women of great wealth and power greedily buy or steal the living bodies of the young and beautiful, so their brains may live on forever? Such questions may seem fanciful, but at this very moment, scientists are working on the answer to brain transplantation, and human bodies are used.
Now, what's nice about having the reverb on, of course, is the fact that once that clip finishes, it's not a dead cut. Although a dead cut for Halloween may be good. But now I want another little bit of music kind of thing, another kind of bit of spooky stuff, which we can place onto audio track 1 again. So that's cool. So we just need to go to our media pool. And I have nothing there that I want to use. So we're going to have to go and get some, right? So this is how you import your audio. You just go import. And I've got all these in audio share. And these are all, I mean, there are literally, I wouldn't even like to hazard a guess but there are thousands, and I've got this one called Horror Music here, and these are all Daniels, and they're just absolutely epic. So now I want to find something that's will fit in, and it won't be that disco one. Might be this one, but that might be good for something else. Not that one. Right, that's cool. So all we need to do is just hit import, and that'll drop that into our thingy here. So I'm just wondering where that was. Was this it? Now, what's good about this, the audio pool, is if I'm using a track and I've finished with it and I'm happy, I can delete it from the audio pool. So just to keep things under control. So I don't need to, it's already been put into the track and it will remain in the track. So I can delete brain transplant there because I've just used it. I've used Thunder, so I need to use it again. All I need to do is duplicate it so I can delete it. I've done squeaky music ambience. So I'm just going to use this one now. And I'm going to place this onto... Oh, and I have scrubbing switched on in Cubasis as well, so I can... Could you do that in settings? So noisy rhythmic cue, highlight track 1 there, and just double tap it to drop it in. And then we can move it back to somewhere where we want it, which might be about here. So we'll try that there. And you see how easy it is to start building up some, you can build up some really, really cool stuff really, really quick. So we'll go from about there.
Scientists are working on the answer to brain transplantation, and human bodies are used.
I'll just normalize that. So I'm going to add another piece of vocal audio there. Now you build up all this kind of thing, and then, you know, over time you could add some synth effects and stuff like that. But to start with, you have to kind of get a basis. It's almost like a plot kind of thing, but the memory collections make that really easy because they're all categorized. And the way Daniel's done it as well is you can almost listen to a whole segment of a film or an advert or something, pick out the best bits or use parts of it like that. So I'm going to go back to track 2, go to media, and this time I'm going to use, I think, which I can get rid of that one now as well to keep it tidy.
Do you think human beings may become...
Okay, I'm going to try, yeah, this one. I know this one is in order sort of thing. We've got 2, 4, 6, so they're all ordered sort of thing, which is very... Hi, Joe! Right, so here we go. Let's just... we don't have to double tap with Cubasis neither. We can double tap and it'll load it onto the track where we've highlighted, or we can just pick it up and place it in like that. And now, after this bit starts to finish, just before the end, we can start that off.
Bodies are used. This girl was buried in a nearby cemetery yesterday. Only...
So what we can do now is, which is quite nice, we'll double tap, we'll copy that and paste it. And I think we could do it again. Let's paste it there, paste. Let's move that back to there, like that. And let's move this back to here, like this. And this is cool because we can then select the center part, move that down because this is where the talking starts. No matter suit. And then we've got some sort of backing over as well. So
This girl was buried in a nearby cemetery yesterday. Only a few hours ago, her body was stolen. By Dr. Otto Frank and brought to this hidden laboratory. He has grafted a living animal's brain. This girl was buried in a nearby cemetery yesterday. Only a few hours ago, her body was stolen. By Dr. Otto Frank and brought to this hidden laboratory. He has grafted a living animal's brain into this newly dead body.
Okay, so now we need some more kind of ambience or something, you know. So we could actually, let's just set that there. Let's copy paste the thunder. Let's move the thunder along here. I would suggest that if you're going to do this as well, that's cool, to spend a little bit more time with the actual placing of the samples around and stuff, you know. So audio track 2 maybe, I think we might use, or might add another track in a minute, but so we'll go to media, and I also need I want to import something else now, so I think we've done the Gale Buried one, so we can delete that. Okay, and import audio share. Cool beans. And that was called Werewolf Q, and there it is. And we'll pick that up and stick it there, like that. And of course, we are already, let's just do a very, very rudimentary crossfade here. And I know, and I also know what I want to place here on track 2, on audio track 2 sort of thing, track 3, and media, and
The brain cells are being...
this one, and oh, it's all good fun, isn't it? So let's listen to that from the beginning. Otherwise, we're going to lose a spooky vibe. I've been downloading these so far. I've yet to get them, so I don't know what I'm doing. Are they just WAV files? I don't understand what could go wrong. It's weird. Takino says, I've been unsuccessful in my attempts at downloading these so far, and I've yet to work out what I'm doing wrong. I'll give it another go. It's strange, because there is some free stuff you can try and things like that's quite a lot of free stuff, actually. Anyway, let's have a listen. Let's get in the spooky mood. I wonder if, do you know what? I need, wait a sec. You won't really notice this, but I'll just turn one of my lights off because it's shining in my face, and I'll put the other light on, which is more ambient. Right. Actually, I wonder what'll happen if I turn the other one on. Oh. Let me start this off for you. Hang on.
Medical science patches up mutilated bodies, transplanting human skin, eyes, limbs, even vital organs. Is the next step the transplantation of the human brain? Many scientists answer yes, but they pause and add a grim warning. For in the ancient folk legends, tales are told of blood-sucking vampires, crawling out of graves to live on the bodies of helpless victims. Is man now doomed to produce a race of ever-living monstrosities, worse than the vampires of legend? Will ruthless men and women of great wealth and power greedily buy or steal the living bodies of the young and beautiful, so their brains may live on forever? Such questions may seem fanciful, but at this very moment, scientists are working on the answer to brain transplantation, and human bodies are used. This girl was buried in a nearby cemetery yesterday. Only a few hours ago, her body was stolen. By Dr. Otto Frank, and brought to this hidden laboratory. He has grafted a living animal's brain into this newly dead body. The brain cells are being reactivated by an atomic fission produced in the cyclotron.
Very cool. Black hole does make a big, massive difference, doesn't it, to the actual effect as well. So that's sounding pretty good so far. I think some sort of more ambiental music there would be needed. Now, of course, if you were doing this for like a family party, you wouldn't need to use the vocal stuff, just the ambient stuff, you know, which is very cool as well. So you can create kind of atmospheres and stuff now. Okay, so right. Okay, so let's see. Media, of course. Import. Hang on a sec. Do I need to? Werewolf Q I don't need now, so we can delete that. And import from audio share. That's pretty ominous. So we could put that in there, and there it is, ominous Q. And we could just, yeah, we can just double tap it and put it at the top there. And put that back to, actually, the actual, I think the actual space there was quite good. So maybe even afford to go a bit further than that for tension. Awesome. Okay, add. And I've got these in kind of order, so
The brain cells are being reactivated by an atomic fission.
that one we've used, so I can just, I don't know why I would scroll down there, right?
Has he found the way to outwit?
It's great fun, this as well, you know. You can have an awful lot of fun as well assembling all this stuff, because it's like I said, it's just for fun, you know. It's just for a laugh.
Has he found the way to outwit death? Or has he created another?
Oh, it's fun. Right. Okay, so let's see. We've got that with a kind of a there, a bit of a fade. What would go there is actually another part of the vocal track, which is nice. So we can do this, and then
Has he found the way to?
can delete that one now. And I'm going to place that there. And then there's a, I think, just let me. Excuse me. And that's.
Three.
I like this.
The brain cells are being reactivated by an atomic fission produced in the cyclotron.
I want a cyclotron.
Has he found the way to outwit death? Or has he created another? Deep below, Dr. Frank takes the chance of smashing his way into a newly sealed vault. His experiments cannot continue without another body.
Definitely get rid of that one. Definitely 100% want that one there as well. See, some of these are quite short, so it's quite nice. You can, of course, you can split them anyway.
The watchman's mind was not on body snatchers.
And I think I want some sort of machine kind of noises. Let's go to import. I can get rid of that one. Delete. Import audio share. And I'm going to go to. I've got somewhere. Is it in here? I want like yeah, I'm going to use that because I want it to sound like the cyclotron. So I want to go put this on number 2. And I can just keep, what's in this? From there. I think, is it from there? Let me just check.
Has he found the way to outwit death? Or has he created another?
So I'm just going to keep copy, paste, 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 paste. That, and then turn the volumes down on those. Paste, paste. Paste, paste, paste. That'll do. And then, to make life easier for me, instead of reducing the volumes on all of those, what we can do is just select track 2. We can freeze that track, which is another easy way to do stuff like this. And what that's done now is give us, we can get rid of that as well. I don't need it there. It's give us a complete track of audio. And what I'm going to do is, and also now we won't have any effects on this. So we've saved a little bit more CPU, although, you know, to be fair. Hi, Jim. Welcome back. This time we can, I want to cut this here. Where are we? Split. Boink. Like that. But I'm not going to, I don't need to delete anything else because there's nothing there. But the reason, obviously, for cutting that there was so we can lower the volume on the actual track to quite low. Because it's supposed to be in the background and not in the foreground sort of thing. So let's have a listen.
Or has he created another? Deep below, Dr. Frank takes the chance of smashing his way into a newly sealed vault. His experiments cannot continue without another body.
Actually, it fits quite well if he's outside smashing his way into another vault. That's really loud there, so we can select that there and go to about there. And I'll split that there. And just take this one section of audio. Actually, what I'll do is I'll even... Just let me take off my magnet. I'm going to split it there instead. And then take that sort of da-da, down to a more sensible da-da, down to a more sensible level. Right, so no. Right.
Body.
So
Body. The brain cells are being reactivated by an atomic fission produced in the cyclotron. Has he found the way to outwit death? Or has he created another?
much better.
Deep below, Dr. Frank takes the chance of smashing his way into a newly sealed vault. His experiments cannot continue without another body. The watchman's mind was not on body snatching.
And what I'll do is I'm going to add one more part, and then I'm going to play you a piece that's sort of complete. So you get an idea of, after you've built up, what more you can do, which makes more sense sort of thing than listening to this over and over again. You can hear something fresh, but that's finished, which is very spooky and cool beans as well, which uses some of the stuff that's in this, or other stuff as well. So after this one part here, this one part, I'm going to put one more vocal part for now in this project. And we're going to go, again, obviously, to media and to... no, not mix down. We don't need to mix down. I want... what's this here now? I don't know. That's me trash. So projects, audio, sorry. Right, so...
3 new bodies, fresh.
This is great. And it gets great. You can just carries on. Getting cooler and cooler and cooler. So here we go. We're going to... select track 2. Okay, so there's, that'll be fine. Double tap that, drop it in, ching, boink, and yeah, I gotta like wait sort of thing until it gets some ambience between them two.
The watchman's mind was not on body snatching. 3 new bodies, fresh.
So that's almost like, you know, like a cut in a movie. We could even do a bit further. So they've broke in, and then there was I don't know even why the Watchman's was spotted, but I don't know anyway. But the point being is that the machine, well, it does sound good as crickets because it's outside, stops, and then the cyclotron part with its pitch. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right, Daniel. It probably would be better with the pitch low, but yeah.
Watchman's mind was not on body snatching.
No, it's not about. I've decided it's not the cyclotron now. That's the the crickets anyway, because they're outside body snatching. The dirty.
The watchman's mind was not on body snatching.
And now he's going to be back in the lab.
3 new bodies, fresh, live, young bodies. No families or friends within thousands of miles. No one to ask embarrassing questions when they disappear.
And on we could go. But we're not going to do that. We are going to play a track that's almost complete. So for the remainder of the session, you'll get to hear I was working in the lab late one night. But what's beautiful about the memory collection stuff is you can't point that it's all in the public domain, you know. And can you imagine the work that I cannot imagine the work you put into this, Daniel. It boggles my mind. Mate, it really does. Right, so that's the start of our kind of spooky section. And you see, like in what, half an hour, we've built up a fairly good chunk of atmospheric music. That goes for over, let's see how long that lasts, a few minutes, I guess. That's only 3 minutes, 13 seconds. So you can see how long it takes to assemble these. And I really was just throwing these together quickly. So when you look at a session like this, if we go to my projects, and let's go to, where is it? Spooky Soundscape here. This is, you know, there's an awful lot of work's gone into this, and there's synthesizer, there's synth effects and stuff, there's some Modi-X effects, there's tons of Daniel stuff. So guys, I'm gonna let you enjoy this for a few minutes. This is well, it's not short, but it's not like, doesn't go on forever sort of thing. But hopefully I'm gonna switch the microphone off and just let you enjoy the ambience of the track. Do you know what I mean? So you get a feel for, well, you just get a feel for it, you know? Kind of stuff you can do just by assembling samples. Although some of these are actually played in audio tracks, they're still not musical. There's really no music here.